Hofstadter's law. A university student named Kunal was working on a programming assignment for his computer science class. The professor had given the class 2 weeks to complete the project. Kunal looked at the instructions and thought, "This doesn't look too difficult. I can probably finish it in 3 days." Confident in his estimate, he decided to relax for the first few days and planned to start the project later. When he finally began writing the code, everything seemed fine at first. But soon small problems started appearing. Some functions didn't work correctly, the program crashed unexpectedly, and certain parts of the code needed to be rewritten. Kunal spent hours debugging errors he hadn't expected. He fixed one problem, but another appeared. Sometimes the solution to one bug created 2 new ones somewhere else in the program. After several days of frustration, Kunal realized he had already spent far more time than the 3 days he originally planned. The deadline was getting closer. When he told his professor about the situation, the professor smiled knowingly. "This happens to almost everyone who works on complex problems, the professor said. He explained that a famous cognitive scientist named Douglas Hofstadter had noticed a very common pattern in human planning. People almost always underestimate how long complicated tasks will take, even when they know from experience that such tasks usually take longer than expected. This observation became known as Hofstadter's law. It states that tasks always take longer than you expect, even when you take Hofstadter's law into account." Kunal laughed when he heard that. Even if he had tried to plan extra time for the assignment, he probably still would have underestimated the real effort needed. From software development and research projects to construction and everyday tasks, people repeatedly fall into the same trap of optimistic time estimates. Kunal finally completed the assignment just before the deadline, but he learned an important lesson. When dealing with complex work, things almost always take longer than expected. A simple but surprisingly accurate idea, known as Hofstadter's law,